Good evening and welcome to our inaugural episode of In the Nest. It's going to be a coaches show featuring different teams, players, and different questions that we'll be asking the coaches. First things first, we take care of some housekeeping items here. Food for today's show was provided by the Jasmine Cottage. They offer cake design and patisserie, offer sandwiches and things of that nature, and they also offer wedding cakes for purchase at the Jasmine Cottage. And speaking of wedding cakes, we also have a sponsor for today's show, which is A Touch of Elegance Weddings. They do wedding planning, catering, and things of that nature. That's run by Doug and Vivian Rogers in Duffield. So if you want to give them a contact, they're on Natural Tunnel Parkway there in Duffield. The tea here that we have in front of us provided by Hardee's, and they invite you to download their app and go ahead and start earning rewards for free food at Hardee's, because free food just tastes better, and Hardee's offers that through their app. And also some other sponsors for today's show: Southern Collective in Gate City. They're a major sponsor of our show In the Nest, and they have a boutique there and several boutiques inside there with different things, t-shirts, apparel for all of the local high schools, including Cove, and things of that nature there. So stop by, tell Leslie hello, and thank her for sponsoring our show. I'm joined by Principal Stapleton, and he wants to give some opening remarks for our inaugural episode, so I'll turn things over to him right now.
Well, Wayne, I'm hoping our fans will tune in to all these shows, these coaches shows. We're really looking forward to making this a way where our fans can learn a little bit more about our sports programs. We've made a lot of changes this year where it was needed. We kept things where they were working well, and we really want our fans to be in the know on Cove Eagle sports this year.
We're joined now by the golf team and coaches Terry Fields and Adam Hood, and you fellas are enjoying some good sandwiches there from the Jasmine Cottage and some tea from Hardee's. We thank them again for their sponsorship. You have gone ahead and started your season for the golf team. They've got one tournament under their belt already, and they were involved in that competition. How'd they do?
We did well starting out, but we've been in 3 tournaments.
Okay, 3 tournaments already, and I imagine
Whipple and Marion and Cedar Hills.
I imagine that you're pleased with the results from those tournaments.
Yes, yeah, we're just getting started. We had some good players that came back from last year, so we're doing well. Keep getting better.
Who are some of the players that we can look forward to seeing on the team this year?
So we got seniors-wise, we've got Taylor Proctor and Avery Young. They're seniors. We've got 2 seniors this year, and then junior-wise, we have Dawson Kern, John Kern,
and
Jonna Turner, and then I think we have 1 freshman, William Huff. Is that it, Coach? No,
right.
Missing anybody?
That's correct.
And then we've actually got a middle school team started this year as well. We've got 3 involved right now. We'd like to get a couple more involved in that if we can find them. Males, females, either one. It's co-ed, so we're looking to add to that, especially add to that middle school roster if we can.
That's wonderful that you're building the program from the ground up at the middle school level, so that when they get to the high school level, they'll be ready for competition. Joined now by the head coach of the cross country team, Lisa Roten, and thank you for joining us. Lisa, just a few questions about the cross country team this year. The numbers are up as across the board for most of our sports and clubs here at Cove this year. The numbers are up for cross country. who can we expect to see on the team this year?
For our varsity girls, we have Harley Mosley and Abby Lewis are our seniors, KAITLYN Chapman, Abigail Sloan, Morgan BLEDSOE, and Alexa Goins. For the boys varsity, I'm so excited because we have enough for a team. Logan Barnett, Grayson Good, Landon Lawson, Brock Stewart, Clifton Good, Braden Michaelay, and Cole Stewart.
I recognize some of those names from last year's team. Some of those are newcomers. Seems like you have a good mix of newcomers versus those returners for the cross-country team.
Yeah, last year we lost Vivian Bowles, who was a big asset to our girls, but we did finish first in the district, and we have everybody back, plus gaining Ivy Lewis and Abigail Sloan. Last year the region was so close. We actually finished third, but there was 1 point difference between first, second, and third.
So those returning starters that won district last year are going to be integral part of hopefully a returning district title, a consecutive district title.
Yes, they built a tradition. They got a long-standing tradition in girls, and hopefully the boys will do that. This is the first time in a long time that we've had a team.
You've not yet had your first meet for cross country this year. When is the first meet?
It will be the 31st of this month at Lebanon.
And that is a all-comers event or just an invitational?
It's like an invitational.
Okay, okay. So what are some of your strengths? What are you looking at this year to build upon or to improve upon, or what's good as far as the team goes right now?
I think we have a bunch of students that are hardworking. They're very dependable, and I think we've got some good leadership.
So we're joined by Stacy Wilson and Brittany Kirchner and Brittany Blevins here. They're the advisors of our cheerleading team, and I'm going to throw a number out here, and you all tell me what that number means. 41. What does that number mean to you all?
How many cheerleaders we have?
We have 41 cheerleaders this year, and that includes a group of enthusiastic females as well as a couple males on our team. The cheerleading coaches will agree that we were all inclusive with our cheerleading squad this year, and we invited anybody that wanted to come out and cheer. Didn't cut anybody. So 41 cheerleaders on the squad this year. What kind of challenge is that for you all?
Big. We have some individuals who have never cheered in their life, ever. So when we started, it was from the ground up.
And some of the challenges, I'm sure, include where to put everybody when we get to the football field. I'm sure that was one of your all's challenges. But with basketball and things like that, you have 41 kids. And something new this year as far as the cheer squad is concerned. What is that?
We're going to have a dance team with all 41 of our kids on the field performing together.
We saw some of that on Meet the Eagles night. We saw the dance team perform when we had Meet the Eagles. Unfortunately, Mother Nature didn't really cooperate with us. They didn't get to be on the field, but they did in the gym, and they looked really good doing that dance, and excited about the dance team this year. Obviously, with 41 people on the cheer squad, we can't mention everybody by name, but certainly there are some kids that we can look forward to seeing this year, some names that might stand out.
Yeah, we have Harley Mosley and Madeline Love as captain, and Caroline Spivey as a co-captain. They're all three seniors. We have 8 seniors in total. We have Taylor Robinson, Taylor Proctor, Mackenzie Dockery, Dawson Williams, and Kira Huckabee.
Wonderful, and I'm sure that you all have worked on some familiar cheers, some new cheers, and things that we can look forward to, as well as the dance team. 41 kids, that is just exciting, and builds on the excitement. Your numbers obviously are way up with having 41, and but tell us how you kind of started out and built from the ground up.
These kids have worked extremely hard. They've put in the time all summer. They put in the effort. Stacy has worked extremely well with them, encouraging them, and I think that it's very important with these kids that they realize, I think they know they're in an environment where they feel encouraged and loved. And they know this is a family as well, and they have the motivation, and I think they're going to do great things.
In addition to the athletic side of it, we've added to the performing arts side of that, as far as education at Rock Cove High School goes, and the performing arts. But another challenge in not having to cut anybody, 41 cheerleaders. Obviously, there are uniforms, palms, equipment that have to go with that. And explain the challenge of that and what you're doing to help combat that challenge.
Well, whenever we did the math, we realized 41 cheerleaders equaled the need of $11,000. So we have been very fortunate with people in the community have actually donated to us to increase that. They saw a need and they helped us meet it. We've sold cakes, we've sold yard signs, we still have yard signs available. And we're still in the hole, but we're gonna get out of it this year.
And we will provide you with a phone number or contact at the end of the show if you want to support any of the programs here, including the cheerleading program. You're certainly welcome to do that. We certainly thank you for your support of the program. Like they said, they're not at their goal yet. They're getting there. We're getting closer and closer. But $11,000 for a small school like Rock Cove High School, that's a chunk of change for anybody. But for a small school like Rock Cove, that is a big monumental task. And to your credit, over the summer, you've done a lot of fundraising, and we're getting toward that goal, but we've still got a ways to go. So if you'd like to support this program, we'll give you the contact information at the end of the show so you can do that. And we certainly, again, thank you all for all of your support and all of your hard work. I know it's been a monumental task this summer, but I hope it's been fun for you. I hope it continues to be fun for you.
It has been fun, for sure.
Okay, well, thank you all for joining us. Enjoy your sandwiches from the Jasmine Cottage and your tea from Hardee's, and we thank you again for joining us. Look forward to seeing those cheerleaders loud and proud on the sidelines this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back now on the inaugural episode of In the Nest. Joined now by volleyball coach Heather Petersen, the head coach, and assistant coach Charity Hill. Volleyball season is underway. We're playing as we speak against Y Central, and we've already had games against Battle and against Union this week. Those are teams that you're really stepping up in class to play. What's your experience in playing those bigger teams that are fairly larger schools than Rock Cove?
That was one of our goals this season, is to find tougher competition. Our Mountain 7, they're known for being one of the best conferences in 2A. So we're lucky to have so many of those schools so local and close to us. So we wanted to make sure to jump on that scheduling very quickly. Battle reached out immediately. Union was already, Kim and I have a good relationship. She's willing to work with us. We scrimmage all the time, have practices and things together. So she was on board. We want to get them back on the schedule. Connections with Y Central, you know, she related to Lucy and Dee, and now our former coach, Brittany Salyer, is there too. So, you know, they're on board. They wanted us to get on the schedule as well. So I wanted our girls to see competition from start to finish. You know, I didn't want us to go through the entire season, wait until we get to those big district games like Eastside, Thomas Walker, then get to the region tournament, and then see competition that we hadn't seen before, and then not know how to handle that. So start to finish, we wanted a tough season, and I think we did that by picking up those 3 this year.
You mentioned the former head coach. That means that you're a new face. What are some of the challenges you face this year being the new head coach?
Really, I've not really seen many challenges, only because I've been a part of the program for so long. So the girls knew me. They knew how I handled things. I had a lot in travel ball. I had this group of seniors is actually the last group of middle school girls that I had. So I've had Madeline and Abby and Emma since they were in 7th grade. So they've had me from start now to finish. They kind of know how I run things and how I expect them to do things. So, you know, it wasn't really challenging in that sense. The only thing that that we've seen as far as challenges this season is just social media and trying to get our girls all in, you know, and that's the thing across, you know, all teenagers are that way, but our girls are doing an excellent job putting those phones away. They've stepped out, they've done some community service, they've come and helped us, and they've, you know, they're willing to buy in. So that's really been our only challenge this season.
You did mention some names there earlier. Who are some of the bigger names on the team? You obviously lost a core group of seniors to graduation.
We do have 2 sophomore setters that we've been working with, and Coach Reagan Kern has been working with them as well. So we're trying to figure out where to put them, but so far they've shown some improvement. Emma Gibson set a little bit for us last year, so she has a little bit of experience to bring back, but we're really going to work on those 2 sophomores to get them ready to fill that setter position.
One of the things I noticed in watching the match Monday night was that in the middle, as far as blocks and kills, Gracie Turner had a really good game Monday night. It seemed like your back line was digging very well, especially as the match progressed. The back line was digging very well, and Emma, one of the things that we know from last year is that Emma's a great server. She has one of the better serves. So those were some things that I noticed Monday night with some of your girls. And you seem to be junior heavy this year, as far as senior heavy. Those girls are going to be coming up and stepping into a big role. Who are some of those people other than who we already mentioned?
Right. Madeline Love is one of the seniors that we hadn't mentioned. She is an excellent leader, and she is taking those juniors right under her wing, and she's just, wherever she's needed, she's stepped up and she's, you know, taken charge. The juniors are Gracie Turner. We have Olivia Edwards that's going to step in. We have a new face that's new to Cove this year, Abby Millay. Abby's one of those players that she may not see much floor time, and she knows this, but she is going to be a key player for us because she is going to encourage everyone. She's the one that's up in your face like, good job, shake it off. Like, she's one of those peppy top players, and we need that. Everyone has a role on that team.
She was actually the ringleader against Union between game 1 and game 2 when we had lost that first set. She actually was the one in the middle of that huddle, just being like, it's okay, guys, let's get this next one. So.
We mentioned earlier when we talked to the cheer squad about their need for fundraising and things. They have 41 kids and $11,000 in expenditures with uniforms and everything. Volleyball team's experiencing a little bit of that this year too, right?
Correct. Yes, we have been using the same volleyball net system at Duffield that I'm sure Coach Qualls purchased in probably his first couple seasons here. So that net system itself is probably about 40 years old. So it's made of solid steel. It's extremely heavy. and it's just, it's time to get a new one. I think the one here, we call our new one, but we were talking the other day, we think it's like 15 years old. Or more, so even it's, you know, dated now, but those things aren't cheap. Those are about $3,000 to $4,000, you know, on the cheaper end of things for the lighter poles. So we have, we've got Panda Express fundraiser coming up actually the 27th. If you go in Kingsport, I have it on my social media, just share the code. We'll get a percentage of your sales directly towards us. We've signed up to do Little Caesars pizza kits. Those are going to happen in October. We're going to do an alumni volleyball game. We're going to bring that back. I know COVID kind of put the hold on that for a couple years, but we're going to bring that back, try to get some more people in, faces that hadn't really been interested before. And even if they never played volleyball in their life, but they went to Cove, we're going to let them come in. We just want people to come in, have a good time, eat some concession food, help our kids out, you know, that kind of thing. We also have a couple more ideas. We're going to sell some wristbands at football games, just spirit bands and that kind of thing. And we're hoping to try to get to do a golf tournament eventually. So hopefully with all of that, we'll have enough money. We've already got our uniforms paid off. All of our debt this season we've taken care of. We paid that off from all the work that we did last year. So next goal is that new net system. So
The alumni volleyball idea.
mhm.
I graduated from here, but probably not a good idea for me to be on the floor.
Come on, Wayne. You get your team together. Just
I
sign them
got to
up.
stand over
Yep.
there. I got to stand over there and be that seventh person that you talked
Oh,
about.
okay,
Cheer
okay,
everybody
okay.
on.
We'll
Do
let you do
that.
We'll let you do that.
Well, thank you all for joining us and talking about the volleyball team. Excited to having already got the season started. And one last quick question. As we cross over into the new year, the district the district season's going to start, and then the district tournament. Who's the team you're gunning for this year? Or are they gunning for you?
I'm sure everyone guns for us. Everyone plays their best game when they play Cove. It's just, it's going to happen. But our seniors, which are Madeline, Abby Lewis, Elizabeth, Emma Gibson, if you ask them, they're going to say Eastside. Eastside is always the top of our list. Twin Springs next, you know, county rivals. And then Thomas Walker. Thomas Walker has a new coach this year. They graduated a bunch, so it's going to be interesting to see what they have. But yeah, those are the ones that are circled. And then obviously those Mountain 7 teams, we want to get a win. We want to get a win sometime this season against those teams.
Wonderful. Again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Enjoy your sandwiches from
Thank
the sponsor for today's food, Jasmine Cottage, and your tea, and enjoy all of that. And again, thank you. We're looking forward to the season. And also, you can catch all of the games for all of the sports on the NFHS network. If you're not able to attend, you can still follow all of the teams on the network. Joined now by Cove High School Band Director, Miss KAITLYN Cole, here to talk about our band program. We highlighted with the cheer and dance team the performance arts here at Cove High School, and certainly the band is a part of the performance arts. Welcome to In the Nest.
Well, thank you for having me.
This year we've talked about all of the other programs and clubs here, the numbers being up with those clubs. Not so the case with the band.
No, I had a few of them that decided that they didn't want to be a part of the band after last year. And I tried to fight it, tried to keep them with it, but they just had that in their mindset that they didn't want to do it. But we're making it do with what we have, and we sound just as good as we did last year with the numbers that we have.
So in saying that, we don't certainly don't highlight the negative aspects of any of our clubs here, but we say that to encourage our students or any of our parents that might be watching to get your kids involved in the performing arts, especially music here. The cheer and dance squad has 41 kids, so I think they're pretty well taken care of. But the band could really use the participation. And speaking from personal experience, I did 6 years of marching band here I started in 6th grade way long ago. We won't talk about how long ago that was, but I enjoyed it. It's very a wonderful program, and it teaches kids discipline. If you're involved in music in any length of time, it teaches discipline. So parents or anybody that's watching, you have a student that goes here to Rock Cove High School or even Rock Cove Intermediate School, we encourage you to get involved with the music program and the performing arts here. So the excitement building around the band program this year, you're doing an 80s show.
Oh, you are. The kids decided that they would love to do an 80s theme show. So I picked out 3 great 80s classics. We're doing Michael Jackson's Thriller, Journey's Open Arms, and we're going to end with Queen's Don't Stop Me Now.
Now, when those first chords of Don't Stop Believing, Journey start, hopefully everyone in the stands will sing along with that, because that's what you got to do with that song, right? You
Yeah, we got to
sing
sing
along.
with them.
So, crowd participation, we certainly encourage that with the band. Their field show is going to be awesome this year. I'm excited for the 80s, because
Yeah.
I'm a child of the 80s. Again, we're not going to say how long ago I was a child of the 80s, but I am a child of the 80s, and I enjoy that music. What are some other things as far as competitions and things that you've got planned?
We are going to the Davy Crockett Band Festival at the end of September. I think that is September 25th. And we're also going to go do the McChesney Band Festival on October 15th down at Bullitt Park in Big Stone, which is a good local competition. Last year we won our class, so we're going to come back and we're going to try to defend our title of winning our class and hopefully beating some other bands, maybe some bigger ones, and getting better scores than we did last year.
If you've never been to a band competition, it's not anything like you might imagine. It is very fun. All of the kids really get into it from all of the schools that come around. There's great camaraderie between the kids and all the other schools. You get to see bigger bands that you might not have seen. You get to hear music and field shows that you may not have seen. It's really, the creative juices really get flowing. It's a lot of fun. Bring your sunscreen.
Yes, you'll be outside a lot. It'll be very sunny. They're never chilly at a band competition. It's always like one of the hottest days. And you have the sun beating down on you and the kids, so it's great.
But it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. And not just the band competitions and seeing the different schools and everything, but you're going to try some foods that you've probably never tried before at a band competition. So. And you're going to see some trinkets and things that they sell there and things, but the band's a part of that, but we're really excited about the field show. We're joined now by our football coach and assistant coaches for the Rock Cove War Eagle football team. This is head coach Gary Collier. And he is joined today by assistant coaches B.I. Salyers and Robbie Norris. While we're on the subject of football, the Buff Eagle, these decals are available in the high school office. They're $2 a piece. And there are plenty of them, so buy as many of them as you want to. Deck out your vehicle, your refrigerator at home, whatever you feel like these may look good on. They'll look good on everything. But go ahead and purchase as many of those as you want, $2 in the office at the high school, and we'll help provide you with a number at the end of the program if you want to call and get more information on that. But as we said, we're joined by the coaches here, some of the coaches of the Rock Cove War Eagle football program. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome. Thanks for having us.
Now that you've got the summer over with, your practices are over with, your scrimmage is over with, and you've been through a couple of jamborees, it's upon us. How you feeling about now?
It is that. It's here whether we want it to be or not. We're excited. We showed up here in January with approximately 10 kids coming back from last year's team. We hit the hallways, started talking to kids, and that 10 grew to 20, it grew to 30, and we're somewhere around 37 today. So we're excited. Now, with that being said, I'm excited about the kids, their effort that they've put forward. They've been in the weight room since January. They had to learn a new offensive system, a new defensive system, and I'm just excited about their effort that they put forward. Even in the weight room, we've gotten stronger. and getting stronger every day. Scrimmages. The good thing about what's took place is we scrimmaged UNACA on a Tuesday, and then we scrimmaged again last Friday. The big thing is we got better. We got much better between the two scrimmages, and I look for us to be better Friday than we were last Friday, and that's exciting for us and our kids.
Pardon me, this cake is just. So, among the three people sitting here, there is a great amount of football history among the three of you. Tell us a little bit about your pedigrees and what you bring to the coaching staff here.
Go ahead, Coach Norris. Let me get it. Drinking this good Hardy's iced tea first. It's good.
That's a good idea.
First of all, I'm just grateful to be at Rye Cove. I mean, the coaching staff's been great. The kids have been great. The administration, school board members, teachers. It's really been a good experience. Coaching-wise, I spent all my time at Sullivan County mainly, West Ridge, Dobbins Bend, and Sullivan North. A little bit of time at Irwin, and it's been a good change for me. And I've coached. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. I've coached a little bit of everything, all positions, both sides of the ball. Excited to be here.
Coach Norris?
Good job.
Good Salyers, sorry. Good Salyers.
You know, I've kind of been around the block. You know, I started my coaching career off in Richlands. Coached at Emory and Henry College. From there, was at St. Paul High School, J.J. Kelly High School, Castlewood, and just recently finished up an 11-year stint at Dobbins Bend High School in Kingsport. So, you know, I've kind of been around the block. I've coached small school, big schools. Again, football's football. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't change. You know, kids change. Offenses may be a little bit different. Defenses may be a little bit different. But at the end of the day, it's football.
Who are we looking forward to seeing on field this year?
Well, we've got two people on this football team that's ever won a football game. Sometimes that's hard to say. But we've got two people that's been our leaders, two seniors, and Jonathan Howe, who's going to start on both sides of the ball for us, and Jackson Barnett, who's also going to start on both sides of the ball. They're kind of our leaders. They're two of our captains, along with Jay Bowen is another captain, and Landon Lane is our fourth captain. Landon is our starting quarterback. And that is another thing that was kind of unique. We didn't have anybody on this football team that's ever took a snap under center. Different offense. Landon's worked very hard. He's improved a lot. So those four, and Jay being our tight end, defensive end, starting both ways. Those four are our leaders, and we're gonna lean on them a little bit.
There's one big game that's obviously circled on the calendar every year, and that's Game 10, the final game against Twin Springs. Are there other games that you have that you're looking forward to or circled on the calendar?
We've got one circle on the calendar, and that's this Friday, Hurley. We're not looking ahead. We've worked hard. The effort's there. New systems. We're ready to go, and I think we're much improved than last Friday. But the only game we got circled at this point in time is